Today we visit one of the best antique malls that Central Florida has to offer that absolutely no one is talking about. Filled to the brim with Disney classics and theme park relics you'll just have to see to believe. Let's head inside and see what the Redingers Antique Center has to offer. One of the very first booths we stopped at is back over here to the right once you enter the main door. They have everything from photo cells from the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show to, it looks like, Fantasia, to one of the Main Street Performers hats from the Dapper Dans. I can't exactly place when this is exactly from, but it's really cool that they have it here in the first place, and honestly, pricing wise, isn't that bad. Also a hat from the Reedy Creek Energy Services Incorporated. But one thing I do really want to show you guys is what's inside of this glass case. So if you look right here, we have some old Disney World name tags from like as late as 2000. There's a lot of 25th anniversary, which is I believe around 97. And then if you move all the way over here, this is a sponsor patch from the Walt Disney World Speedway. What are the odds?
Oh my God.
Now, I don't want to put out any spoilers for future videos, but while we panned over to this Goodyear patch, some eagle-eyed viewers might have caught some of these other rare things like a Figment Imagination Pavilion patch, or all the way in the corner here. You could barely see this over here, but it's a 1960 World's Fair commemorative dime, which I don't know exactly how they were giving these out or if it was some type of purchasable thing. But as of this point, it's only selling for $15, which most of the stuff we saw in Lakeland was selling for much, much more, especially World's Fair stuff. That's the thing with a lot of this stuff with Disney is that you don't see often nowadays, especially if there's like a one-time event like a, Salute Celebration American Parade or anything like that. They don't have a lot of print material or a lot of like little like commemorative stuff that they do anymore. Like I remember Epcot's 40th anniversary, they had a poster and a map, and that was it. Like even from the 50th at Disney, they didn't have a lot of like, oh, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna give you this, we're gonna do that, whatever.
So Ryan mentioned there was a Citrico's napkin in that case, and that's something that got me really excited. But another thing that got me really excited is this Disney designed World War II era lima beans label, bundle of 5 for only $12. I don't know how this is Disney.
You don't know how this is Disney? I could tell you.
How?
Disney was actually involved in World War II, but not as most other Americans were involved in World War II. They were involved on the front of creating graphics and or animations or little like shorts that would preview before movies, because movies became a thing that were used as like, now history would say, as propaganda for the United States in World War II, as well as obviously creating some cool animations for labels for lima beans. Also in the Recycling the Magic area, we have a bunch of different signs that were used all over Disney property, not just here in Florida, but also in California. Like this massive official Disney Anna convention sign from 1993. Now it's called Disney Anna because it's the Disney Anaheim convention that they had in Anaheim. That makes a lot of sense. But also on the other side, we have even more Disneyland stuff like, oh, right here, I almost missed this. A Disneyland 30th anniversary sign. This one is going for quite a bit of money. It's $595. And I don't know for sure if this is actually used in the park. So a lot of this is... Let's check out the others. Over here on the other side, we have some of the artwork that was displayed over at the All-Star Sports Resort, which is obviously no longer there. And also this Disneyland Mickey's Worldwide Kids Party Canada. I don't know why it says Canada, but it is Disneyland, not Disney World, so this was not at Epcot at one point. And for only $95, we found a Disney's California Adventure 1.0. This is the original version of the park. I thought this was just a poster for promotional stuff, but if you look really closely, you could see creases in here. So I believe this was like a park map / like maybe just something that you would be able to fold up and take home with you if you were there within the first year or two of it opening. Mainly, the main reason I know that it's within the first year or two is because it has all of the attractions that were there for the very first year, because a lot of them closed, including Superstar Limo. I don't know how well of a clip I'm going to be able to get of this, but this is Superstar Limo right over here. This is where Monsters, Inc., the ride is right now, and this is a whole like backlot area of the Hollywood Pictures backlot. That's what it's called. One more really cool thing about this old DCA poster that we found is that it also includes the old ABC Soap Cafe. Are you familiar with the ABC Soap Cafe? Well, if not, this is a sit-down dining experience that they had over at DCA within the first 2 years of it being opened, and each of the rooms were themed after different popular ABC soaps like General Hospital, or what was the other one I said? Days of Our Lives. This was also a character dining experience, not a traditional character dining experience. You wouldn't find Mickey in a doctor's outfit, but it would be like these actors who would be acting out like they were from that show and talking about current events that are happening in that show. The main issue with this type of restaurant is that the people that watch soaps are mainly not going to theme parks, especially California theme parks, and right when it opened, California Adventure was not very popular, I'll say, or successful in the first place. So this is a fun thing. And if you're wondering exactly where this was, this is where the current Carthay Circle is. It's the icon of the DCA park, especially when you walk in. It's literally like the castle of the park. So it's kind of weird to think about that not being there within the first few years of the park existing. Actually, I don't even know the exact date when they added Carthay, but it's across the bottom. But that's the exact building that they're using for that. It's just a different entrance at this point. And that was the old ABC Soap Cafe. I also think this is really funny because every time I bring up a little like dumb fun fact like this to Kristen, I'm shocked that she doesn't know. But like, who knows this? Nobody knows this. Nobody needs to know all these little things.
So I'm actually looking for a Pooh for President button. There's like this whole box of buttons here. Oh, I didn't even see this. Phantasmic's 27th birthday. Only $1.
Well, it's not that old though, right? Ooh, 102 Dalmatians. Right here they have this entire bin of like envelopes from Euro Disneyland, Imagineering, or MGM Studios. I don't know what this one is. What is this?
Oh, I know exactly what.
Do you know what this is?
I know exactly.
Hold on, Kristen, tell us what this is.
So back in the day, MGM used to have a like animation class, kind of like they have at Rafiki's Planet Watch right now in the Star Wars Launch Bay, or what is now Star Wars Launch Bay. And this is one of the little papers that you used to draw on. I used to love this as a child. I used to make sure we went there every single time.
Also down here they have some like old newspaper clippings all about Walt Disney World, including this one that Kristen found about the Carousel of Progress, Whirls into the Future from the Eyes and Ears Walt Disney World. I don't know if this is a publication.
I believe Eyes and Ears is a cast member, little newspaper type of thing.
What are we looking at right now?
We are looking at some 25th anniversary stuff, which of course brought us the iconic Cake Castle here in Walt Disney World. And this was in 1996, which was actually the year that I was born. So there's like a first visit button. It's kind of like a collection of some pins, buttons, and the 25th anniversary guide. This is honestly pretty cool. And it's only like $20. I honestly might get this because it's from the year I was born. So I feel like that's like a really cool thing to have.
Kristen, what are your thoughts on the Cake Castle?
I love it.
Really?
Did Michael Eisner create the Cake Castle?
I mean, it was not by hand.
Duh, but like it's just so out there and wild that it's like so iconic and cool. Obviously this would never fly today, but
I know in the past few years Disney has been going hog wild on the Figment merch, but I didn't realize this has been a thing for quite a bit of time. Look at this. This is the most like unhinged looking Figment hat I've seen in my entire life. Also, the bill on this is like massive. Like it's like maybe a little kid's one from the 80s. Can't really tell from the tag, but it is going for $125. Did you know that Disney used to sell rain ponchos for dogs? This is interesting. This doesn't look too old either, and also they sold them at Disney World. If you could tell on the back, they actually have a Walt Disney World logo that's on the back of like where the dog would put it on. I don't know if dogs care too much, but it's fun. We stumbled upon these Country Bear Jamboree Coca-Cola pins. Now, fun fact, did you know that the Country Bear Jamboree was not quite sponsored by Coca-Cola, but just next door, once you leave the exit of the Country Bear Jamboree, they had something where Pecos Bills is now called the Mile Long Bar. Now, the Mile Long Bar was a bar with which either side was adorned with mirrors, like the entire wall was a mirror. That way, when you sit at the bar and you look to side, it looks like it's a mile long, and that was a Coke-sponsored. It's not a bar because they weren't serving alcohol, but it was like a nice spot to go in and cool down. It's kind of where, if you go into Pecos Bills, like across where the fireplace is, it's on the left side, just where the exit of Country Bear Jamboree is today. And these were some of the pins I'm assuming they sold there because, you know, Coca-Cola, Country Bears, location-wise, that would probably make a lot of sense.
So obviously something I'm really interested in is food, and we found some old like checkbooks. We have the Rainforest Cafe right here. Shout out to Ryan's video. Everyone go watch. He ate at Rainforest Cafe for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's really cool. There's a couple others as well. We have Alfredo's of Rome, which I didn't know what this was actually. I had to Google it. But this was actually in Epcot. I believe either Via Napoli or Tutto Italia took over this. We also have Artist Point, which is now called Storybook Dining at Artist Point at the Wilderness Lodge. We have the Sandtrap Bar and Grill, which I believe, according to what I just Googled, is at the Contemporary, or was at the Contemporary. And then we have Liberty Tree Tavern. I love Liberty Tree. I don't know, these are really cool. They're like they're like $75 a piece. This one's 50.
And of course, I'm sure some of you have been wondering, what is up top here of the Recycling the Magic area? And these are Disney characters that were seen in Disney stores all across the world, not only just Disney World, but also like regular Disney stores. Some of them costing upwards to $4,000 or $7,000 or $18,000, but that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Right here we have a Tomorrowland Speedway race car set. Now these are closed cars. They have roofs on them, and they definitely just put them on a photo of Tomorrowland Speedway from 1992.
I didn't even look at the front when Ryan was talking about it, but oh my god, that's so bad. But on the back, you could kind of tell that this is for Autopia and Disneyland and the Tomorrowland Speedway from Walt Disney World, because it not only says it right there, it says Autopia and then Tomorrowland Speedway, but also we've got all of the parks. Look, we've got DCA right here, and the Matterhorn, MGM. It's quite pricey.
Oh, you could tell exactly okay. So my favorite thing to do in scenarios like this is to place exactly where this merchandise is from. If you could tell from the Tomorrowland People Mover over here, this is pre-1995 because they used to have different like railings. You know what they had in like up until 3 years ago they changed it. And then if you look at the back of it, they also have the Sorcerer hat, meaning that this was like in between there. And they don't have Animal Kingdom. They have all the other parks. Actually, that doesn't make sense then. But they have DCA. Okay, maybe I can't place this. Never mind. One of the coolest parts about these merchandise displays here is that there's a lot of newer stuff sprinkled in with a lot of the older stuff, and you have to kind of be eagle-eyed to find some of this older stuff because honestly, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. Like this Daisy Duck plush that's got the 50th anniversary like iridescent design right next to what I don't even know what. Oh, I know what this is. This is a cup holder that would hold your like little paper cups when you're brushing your teeth, and you'd like put them in the bottom of that, and you'd like tear them out of the bottom. And I think that's themed after River Country. This is so strange. And it looks like Kristen just found something right across the way from looks like some cast member stuff.
I'm sure this is a really flattering angle for me, so thank you, Ryan. But down here, there are some old cast member things. We have the annual cast Christmas party. That is not a thing to this day. This is from 1987, and these are the party tickets here. And then over here, these are from 1995. These are the cast holiday party and meal tickets. So I guess you used to get to use these at the party. It came with a free popcorn and free soft drink, 50% off a meal, and another 50% off a meal, but that's pretty cool.
Kristen, would you consider me as a wild one? Well, this is pretty cool. Isn't this? This is really cool. I don't think it'll fit me. It seems to be like a medium, maybe. Oh no, it's an XL. Try it on. I don't want to try it on. Coming soon, a history video on the history of the Mickey Mouse bike gang. the Mickey's Angels coming soon.
Okay, as the resident movie expert here at For the Love of Theme Parks, they also have some movie posters. This is a Little Mermaid original movie poster, recalled for $125.
Do you know why it was recalled?
Do I know why it was recalled? No.
I don't know if I could show this on YouTube. Do you know why it was recalled? Look at the castle.
It's quite obvious.
Do you know the animation that was snuck into the castle? We're looking at it right now.
So once things were kind of starting to reopen from COVID, I used to come here to Renninger's all the time with my roommates, and I've been telling Ryan for quite a while that he needed to come here. So I'm happy we finally made it out today. One of the places that I always used to go to every single time I came to Renninger's was Fifth Avenue Streetery, which is one of my favorite restaurants in the Orlando area.
Kristen, what's so special about this lunch spot that we're going to?
Okay, so this is an old gas station turned restaurant. When I was here the first time going to Renninger's, we were driving to a place called The Wave. They have like sushi and like really innovative like sushi stuff. And we were on our way there and we passed Fifth Avenue Streetery. And as soon as we passed it, I said, well, there's no way I'm going to The Wave anymore. I have to eat at this place. And I am so glad that I did try this place out, because now every single time I come to Renninger's, I eat here at the Fifth Avenue Streetery, and they have the best burger in the world. The best burger I've ever had in my life.
Here for lunch, I ended up going with the California chicken sandwich, which is marinated chicken, bacon, avocado, cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion. It normally comes with honey mustard sauce, but I'm not the biggest mustard fan, so I asked for it without that.
And this, my friends, is the Mount Dora burger. So we've got a burger there. We've got caramelized onion bacon jam. We've got a fried puck of goat cheese, some arugula, and then on the bun over here, we've got some pesto cream sauce. Oh my God, this is so good.
Well, if you can't tell, my burger was absolutely delicious. I had a really, really good choice. Kristen, how's yours? You like it?
I'm in like a food coma right now. It's so good, and I don't come here often. Like honestly, maybe like once a year. So when I get to enjoy this burger, it's definitely a special, special moment that I never want to end. And I have a couple bites left. But guys, come support this local business, a local restaurant. It's such a good vibe, amazing home-cooked food, and amazing people working here. I think the owners are from Chicago, so there's that. But if you're going to Renninger's, we highly recommend you come over here to Fifth Avenue Streetery.
So it turns out Mount Dora has more than just one antique mall. They actually have an antique shop just next door to where we eat lunch today, but unfortunately there was not a lot. We did go in there. There's like some shot glasses from Magic Kingdom, which was kind of confusing, some Winnie the Pooh stuff, I don't know. There wasn't a lot there, so I guess that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Just so I know you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment down below what the greatest cheeseburger you've had of all, or hamburger. What's the greatest burger you've had of all time? That way I know you made it to the end and you're a real OG. Thank you to all of the Patreon, the Calcanes family, who else?
Don't worry about it.
This is Kristen's Patreon. I don't have a Patreon. Also, quickly, before closing out, I wanted to let you all know that this Roosevelt shirt is still available online, part of their May the 4th release last year. You can find those all at rsvlts.com/I'm sure Star Wars. I'll have the link listed right down below. May the 4th is coming up. You got to get that swag. And I personally cannot wait. Okay, that's it. Bye.